Getting into the prospects then, Z. Let's round out the prospect roundup. Getting into the Scandinavian guys. I believe we've got 3. Am I missing anyone on this list?
No, but we're only going to mention 2. Sweeney's, I think he's hurt. He hasn't played since. I think he may have played.
So he has mentioned. You did just mention him.
That's true. All right, there you go.
So we're mentioning all 3. All right, moving off of Sweeney then. Where do you want to start with the other 2?
Yeah, and maybe with Kumpalainen, it's going to be pretty quick too. First of all, like that team, Pelicans, is like they are on track to get relegated out of like into the whatever the second division. I forget what it's called. He's been playing. He'll like get shifts in their top 6, but he's been playing significantly more third, fourth line. He hasn't put up very many points. I don't think he's been on probably 10 games since his last point.
It's tough.
And I mean, I actually just had his sheet up here. Yeah, like literally Saturday played under 8 minutes, but then on Friday played 15 and a half. Like it's weird. Like every other game, it feels like he's either playing like a ton or he's getting like pretty much like relegated to the bench or whatever. But offense has been hard to come by just for the team in general, but specifically him. So he's still stuck on 11 points in 37 games, which I mean isn't terrible, but like he doesn't really have the puck very often. So we haven't really seen the same pop that we saw last year in the O. Just like the opportunities haven't been there for him. But so he's on a bit of a slump right now. But I mean, just that team in general it's been not so great. And they are, again, on track to get relegated this year. So I think they were playing one of the teams that they played recently was like right behind them or right ahead of them in the standings too. There was like a big game and they got fucking worked and it was very bad. So yeah, no, they're just in general, they're down, they're down bad. And yeah, no, he's on a slump right now. Again, I should have pulled up when the last time he actually registered a point was, but it was a long time. It's been a while. So yeah.
And is he pretty much set to be in Iowa next year?
I would assume so. Especially if they get relegated. So yeah, because how old is he actually?
Well, if they get relegated, he can be loaned out, right?
Right.
Which would probably happen.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, 11 points in 37 games. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, how about the biggest fucking steal of the draft?
Yeah, he's playing really well right now. A lot of his offense recently has come from the power play, but that's in general, that's like the type of player that he is. But he's got points in his last 2. A lot of
his points off the power play. People like him.
Yep. But yeah, no, he's playing right around 15, 16 minutes a night. Obviously, first power play unit, distributes the puck really well. Definitely like his defensive game, I think, has gotten a lot better over there this year. And a big reason, obviously, is just the fact he's been able to stay healthy all year long. Hasn't missed many, if any, games. But he's up to 14 points now in those 40 games. And again, like it's not necessarily a league that like pops off offensively. So like you're not really expecting a guy over there on the back end to be putting up like tons and tons of points. I think he's got the third. Yeah, he's third on the team in D scoring. But yeah, he's really fun to watch, like on the power play. Another guy that's like, no matter how much pressure he's under, like he does not affect him whatsoever. Even as small as he is, he uses like his body really well in terms of like his positioning and everything. But again, it's off the rush. He's really solid defensively, but this year's in zone D has definitely improved as well. But yeah, no, he played really well in all 3 games this week. And again, now he's got points in back-to-back games, both in the power play. But yeah, he's been great.
Okay, that's good. And I don't know, I made this graphic, but I'm now like realizing that Scandinavia in general looks very dirty. I don't know. We can move off from that. Last one, then we got 2 Russians.
Just one.
Correct? Just one?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I literally haven't like at this point with Guskov, like he barely plays. I think
he at least got mentioned, so that's good.
That's true again.
Well, let's talk about the guy then that is the center that will replace Marco Rossi.
He's so fucking good. Like, he's got goals in back-to-back games. Scored again today. Like, the goals that he scored off the rush, especially recently, like he's got 12 goals, 12 assists this year. And like almost all of them have been highlight reel, just ridiculous goals. Last few have been again off the rush, where he's like pulling the puck in between defensemen's legs and just like finishing it top shelf. Like the two-way play is really good, but offensively recently he's just been like deciding he's going to shoot a lot, and it's very fun to watch. He can score from distance. He's just super deceptive with the puck. Like he changed his release points. But like his ability off the rush, like it'll be interesting to see if he hopefully ends up. I mean, I would assume he does at some point end up playing with Kirill Kaprizov, because those two off the rush, just like in motion, is like that just sounds deadly. It sounds like something would be very fun to watch. And then I pulled up his like even strength possession numbers using the website that we have, the sport contract thing. His like the last 15 games, I think his lowest expected goals has been like 78%. Like when he's on the ice, Metallurg is just like they pretty much have the puck the whole time. And again, the fact they use him on the penalty kill quite often, he's really good defensive forward. But like this year again, like we saw the offense pop last year once he got the ice time, and this year he's just doing it in like different ways as well. So I love that he can score in a variety of ways, especially the shot is getting even better game by game and he's using it more. But he's just been so fun to watch. Like I cannot wait for him to finally get over here, because it's just been solid. But in Metallurg, last year they were obviously incredible. They won the whole thing last year. They're like a 4th, 5th place team this year, but like he's still producing. He's like one of their go-to guys in all areas of the ice. So he's just been so fun to watch, dude.
Okay, so handicap it for me. Is he a center? Yes or no? Like, what are the odds that he is an NHL center?
He still strikes me as more of a wing, but I mean, like, again, he can definitely develop into a legit center. I still think just in the NHL, to me, just makes more sense at the wing, like his game overall. And I think like you a lot less time for him to adapt in the wing. But I don't know. It's funny. I think literally last week, I think I was like, he's also just been playing pretty much wing almost exclusively the last couple weeks. Of course, in all 3 games this week, he plays center. I was like, every fucking time I talk, like whatever what I say, the opposite thing happens immediately. It's unbelievable. Like I'm such a loser. So it's insane. But of course, he plays center in all 3 games. Looks really good. So I don't know. I think again, like you see the flashes of really good two-way center ability, but like especially as he adjusts to the NHL, I still see him more effective sooner at the wing versus center, because I think there's still a lot of development to be had there. But I don't know.
All right, but be excited about him regardless. It's hard to know based on like how healthy we are, where we're at with cap, whatever. Is this a guy that's ready to be thrown into the lineup in April? If everything else works out, like if there's a spot, if money works, whatever, like would you feel comfortable throwing him in for the stretch run, like last couple games of the regular season, maybe playoffs, or do you think that he needs a little bit of work first?
It's tough. I mean, I get like realistically, the KHL is the closest league in Europe to the NHL in general. And it's been nice the fact that he's got now, like he's coming up on 2 full seasons of actually being used, and not like whatever the fuck they were doing with him the first 2 or 3 years over there. God, that was insane to watch. But yeah, I mean, at least for the end of the regular season, it would be nice to like, you're comfortable just seeing what he can do. But like, again, like that's a problem if that's like, you're going into the playoffs and like one of the things you're relying on is like big time performances, like in your top 6, something like Danila Yurov. But again, he's playing in the KHL.
He's one of the better players in that league right now. So I think he could potentially be ready to at least like get thrown in the lineup, see what he's got. We'll see about playoffs.
Fair enough. That pretty much rounds it out, but Mateo did want us to address Wallstedt getting run over and I don't know, could potentially be missing some time here yet again.
Yeah, I think it was like a second game back too, third game back maybe. Not great. I haven't seen any updates since that play, but just the season from hell for that kid. Like, I don't know. I get really annoyed now just like listening to people talk about him, and I know you like are just looking at this fucking stats this season. But whatever. I don't really know what else I expect from anyone, so it is what it is. But speaking of goaltenders, Chase, what's he had his first shot of the year the other night? So hell yeah.